Welcome to the JJ and Pug Show. It is April 28th, 2024. I'm laughing because we literally were just talking for 5 minutes and I hadn't even hit the record button.
Deja vu.
Oh my gosh.
Go ahead. Let's do it all over again.
Let's do it all over again. We need, oh dude, come on now. All right. Try this. Attempt number 3. Third time's the charm.
Third time's the charm.
Did I say welcome into the podcast studio or not?
Well, I don't know. Did you just pause it when you answered the door, or are we starting over right now?
I'm going to start over again. Welcome, everybody, to the JJ and Pug Show. This is April 28th, 2024, recording from the Highland Communities Podcast Studio. Okay, out of the way. Now what? So this is attempt number 3 to get this freaking thing started.
It's okay.
So we are currently watching the Suns now beating the Minnesota Timberwolves by 3 points. 2 minutes left in the second quarter. And I feel incredibly confident we're getting swept.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think they're going to win. I told you the the NBA is not going to allow KD to get swept.
Oh, goose. Oh, now they call the foul. Come on. Anthony Edwards just did what Anthony Edwards does, and that is blow to the basket with reckless abandon, which is just awesome to watch. Oh, you know what? That might get reviewed. Booker's hands came forward, but that was after the contact. Like, he got hit. I think that's...
I don't know how they call it anymore.
I don't know how they call it anymore either, but I looked at that and I'm like, he was outside of the restricted zone. He jumped straight up. Ball don't lie.
He's now missed. I think it's his second free throw missed. At least he had shots earlier. He missed one.
And Scott Foster's giving him the explanation.
Okay. Can we talk about that meme or whatever I sent you about Michael Jordan and the Edwards guy? That being Michael... Dude, okay, crazy.
If real.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Of course, right?
Yeah.
But when you see Michael Jordan talking about how he participated in a lot of extracurricular activities with females
at the end of his career,
which is 2001-ish. And you see this Edwards kid who is a straight baller.
Yeah.
And he says if he had any kids, they'd be in the NBA by now, and you start to look at their faces and you're like, wait a minute, the nose looks similar. And I mean, some of it's just made up, I'm sure, but it is an interesting thought.
It is, especially when you notice his style of play.
Yeah.
And then when they do have a picture of young Michael Jordan side by side with him now, you look at it and you go, huh.
Maybe.
There's more than a resemblance.
Yeah.
There's more than a resemblance there. And it is something you do have to be like, he is playing a lot like
he does.
Michael Jordan.
He does.
And he's got that dog in him on the court.
I'm like, Ancestry DNA, can you strike for him?
Yeah, they got you.
Yeah, it got me. Why can't it happen to him? Let's see Jordan's Ancestry DNA.
I would love for that. I don't know, dude. One of those things, I would love for it to be seen. This is also, parents, this is your warning, okay, right? I'm going to say something that may not be something you want to listen to your kids to. Why haven't we forced LeBron James and Serena Williams to procreate?
Just to have a superhuman?
Just to see.
Whatever happens?
Yeah, what can we get out of this? I'm not saying they got to cheat on each other's spouses.
No, but you can do it medically.
You can do it medically.
Yeah, he can put a baby in her medically.
Yes, I want to see what that child would be.
Dude, yeah, that would be insane.
The greatest female tennis player of all time, and there is no debate about that, right? Yeah. Serena Williams is the greatest.
Not even close.
There is no debate about that one. So that, and then you think about, now Michael Jordan's not the greatest of all time. I mean, LeBron James is the greatest basketball player of all time.
But he's a specimen.
He is a physical specimen, unlike any other that I think I've seen in the NBA.
Yeah, he's something else.
Yeah, it's 100% on Bradley Beal. Why would they? That's not even close to out on the. I mean, I would have taken it, but that wasn't even. The only way they. Well, I hate doing that because when I go back and listen to these, I'm like, what was I even talking about? I got to stop getting so squirreled on this where I'm like, my eyes just immediately go over to what's going on the TV.
Serena Williams,
LeBron James. I will say the reason why we have these on, by the way, everybody, I know my wife specifically is the one person that says we shouldn't be doing this. We got to know. We're doing a sports and entertainment podcast. Like,
yeah,
exactly. We got to know what the results are of these games. We just have to. Jeez. And that was one of those things where I'm like, why didn't you make the pass that time? The pass was there. Bradley Beal was open.
They don't want it.
It's so hard to watch this team, dude. We need somebody else to be running this team. And I'm not saying we got to get rid of anybody on it. We need somebody to run it, though. That's the question that probably the most constant conversation I've had since the Game 3 loss was, what on earth do we do with this team? How do you fix it?
I don't even know. You need a straight point guard. We
Yeah.
don't have one. Bradley Beal's not it. He doesn't have the confidence to do it. I
And-
mean, they want him to, but he's just not playing. Did you? How long? How many? I don't understand why you need to like the whole idea of being able to. Well, they got to get used to a team. No, if you're a point guard, it's pretty simple. You hit the open dude, you pass, you facilitate.
Yeah.
It doesn't change. Your players change, but the guy opens the guy open, or the ball. You know what I mean? Creating opportunity for guys is all your job is. I mean, Steve Nash was great at that. That's all he did. He didn't.
That's
he
why
didn't
he's
need
going
to
to
do
the Hall of
anything.
Fame.
Yeah, like. But these other guys, it's like, oh well, he's just got to the team. He needs to get used to. Get used to what? Hitting a guy that's open?
The one, I can't believe I'm doing this. The one defense I'll give for Bradley Beal is he's never been asked to do that. He's been in the league for 10 years, and he's been a shooting guard. He's been a guy that's supposed to finish the play, not start it.
Then why did we bring him in?
Now that
We got one of them.
Now that is a question.
We have a really good one of them.
We have a great
and
one.
he is young.
Yeah. We have we have the best two guard in the league. Well, I'll say it. I'll stand by it. But somebody could defend it. Somebody could claim that it's not him. Oh, geez. Somebody could claim it's not him, and then it'd be somebody else, and we'll have a debate. But Devin Booker's in the conversation, right? The best shooting guard in the league. We have that. So roster construction is a fail on that regard. What?
This team is so
What?
bad. Oh my gosh. It's like watching like the WNBA right now.
And with every shot, you can see Bradley Beal's confidence wane.
Yeah.
You can see it go down where he just is like, what's my point?
That's what I'm saying.
What's my role on this team? And here's what his role is, and this is what needs to happen. We need a point guard, and we need to embrace small ball basketball. Embrace it. Know that you're not going to have a true three out there. Devin Booker's going to have to play the three, and he's not one. He's not going to defend threes. You know what I mean? So, and by three, I mean small forward. So he's just going to have to be that guy because he's bigger than Bradley Beal is. And Bradley Beal's going to have to accept that, you know what, I am a shooting guard, and that
See,
did that get off?
That's the kind of shot right there that makes him just so good for his age.
That buzzer beater by Devin, if that truly got off before the buzzer, that is what makes him amazing. That is such an impossible shot. Yeah, that's clean. That's clean.
Oh, yeah.
What an amazing shot. That's reminiscent of the shot he took in the bubble against the Clippers, remember?
Yeah. Dude,
When he had
that's
Kawhi Leonard and Paul
Yeah.
George over him, and he sunk it. Now that guy, he might be it.
See, he looks kind of like Michael.
He does. He
dude.
looks like
You can't
young
help
Michael,
it.
very much so.
You can't help it.
That-
Oh my gosh.
So we're running into halftime with a 5-point lead. We're down the series 3-0 right now. Even with Anthony Edwards not playing well, we've only got a 5-point lead.
So here's the thing I was thinking earlier is because the Suns have been kind of made it competitive this half, which is good. But like you said,
Every game of the
Every game's
series,
been
the
that way.
first half has been competitive.
but I also feel like Edwards is a young kid and he's due to like come off of this heater, right? He's riding a heater. Let him ride it all. Ride that wave, buddy. But at some point it stops, you know, and we need him to stop.
We need him. But even in the game where he had a bad game, was it game 2? Yeah, game 2 he had a bad game. We still got blown the crap out. So that's where I'm asking the question of like, I honestly don't know how to fix this team. And I told my nephew, Sun superfan, David, by the way, I'll say your name, David. I want him on sometime because he is into the nerd weeds on this team. Like he knows all the weird nerd stuff. And I don't mean that disparagingly. I mean like he cares enough to where I don't think he's missed a second of watching the team this year. Like he doesn't miss any of it.
Poor kid.
Exactly. Dude. He suffers through all of it. And he did that even when the team was garbage, right? He's that much of a dedicated fan of the team. So when I say that, I was telling him, I'm like, I don't know what the fix is other than to basically clean house on the coaching staff. And I'm not even saying it's all the coaching staff's fault because ultimately it is up to the players to execute. But at the same time, you can't trade Devin Booker.
No,
You can't trade Kevin Durant. And you can't trade Bradley Beal because, one, his contract's $50 million a year, and he's got a no-trade clause. So if he doesn't want to go, you can't trade him. That's a part of his contract.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And he's not even doing well.
No, he's not. And
$50 million a year.
yeah, he's one of the highest paid players in the league. And when he was in Washington, you kind of understood why. The guy averaged 30 points a game. Now, that was on a garbage team, so the argument can be made that he was, big stats, bad team guy. He's not going to win, but he's going to put up stats. And that's not been true here. He hasn't put up good stats, but he's won here. So to some effect, you can recognize he's willing to sacrifice that part of his game from Washington for the better.
For $50 million.
Yeah, he's willing to sacrifice for that much money. But I mean, he is shown that he's willing to take the Chris Bosh role. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
when Chris Bosh came, we talked about that. He was one of the best players, and he was willing to say, I'll be the third guy on this team. But with Bradley Beal, it's like he's not a point guard. We don't have a point guard. We
need Chris Paul back.
Okay. I was going to say, I know I mentioned it last time, but the more I think about it, the more I'm like, we need that. We need Jay Crowder back. We need Chris Paul back.
Even just tell Paul's old self to come in. Hey, listen, we don't need you to do much. Just do what you do. We'll rest you.
20
We can
minutes
rest
a game.
you. We just need you to facilitate and hit that little jumper that we need you to hit.
Yes,
that's it.
Dude. You're so right. That's something I didn't even think about when I thought about bringing him back. I really thought about bringing him back just because he holds guys accountable, and he is a point guard that even though he plays slowly, he always gets the right shot. But I completely forgot about his impossible to defend mid-ranger.
Yeah.
That like anytime the other team is going on a run, Chris Paul would just dribble up, stop it, get in his spot, and hit that little jumper right there.
Every time.
And he would go in 98% of the time. It's kind of like, you ever play pickup ball with that guy that's way better than everybody else on the court, but he doesn't show it until his team's losing?
Until it's time.
Yeah. I have a guy, one of my buddies, that I've been trying to get on the show forever. He and his wife, Mike Haywood, is that guy. He is, without a doubt, the best guy I've ever played basketball with on a regular basis. He is a baller, okay?
Because we've never played, Eric. No, just kidding.
Hey, you know what? You could be right, man. We've never played.
I'm just kidding. Dude, I can't play. I played the other night. I played on Thursday last week.
Bro, you told me you dunked. You can play.
Dude, listen to me. Oh, I know. I actually surprisingly can still get up. I was really shocked. Like, I haven't tried to attempt anything like that in a long time just because there's no need.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it was halftime. We're kind of just messing around. I'm like, oh, let's just see if I can still touch the rim. Mm-hmm. No, bro. Like, I was like, whoa. Like,
that's awesome.
It was pretty. The guys next to me were like, why are we not just throwing it up to you? And I'm like, cause bro, I'm old, and this is an old man league. Like, I ain't trying to get hurt.
Not as good as I once was.
Yeah. I probably can't do that again. And dude, I paid for it. My feet. I played for it's 2 20-minute halves.
Yeah.
Played for 36 minutes.
Oh wow! So you were the whole thing.
I was dead the next 2-3 days. Like, I'm just tired. Like my knees, my ankles, my feet, my heels. I'm like, and my buddy's gonna text me again and be like, hey, come play. And I'm like, no, I need a break. I will come if there's not 6 of us. If there's 8 of us, I'll come where I can get a break. I'll come relieve people. But dude, when you're asking me to play those kind of minutes, dude, my body's in a whole different type of shape. That stop and go agility, that was a long time ago.
Now that is one of the things that goes bye-bye.
Yeah.
Once you hit 30.
Yeah, and it just hurts. And these guys I play with are older than me, so they're probably like, if they heard this, they'd be like, really, you're going to complain? Because I'm probably the youngest one. They waited forever for me to turn 35 a couple years ago because they were like, dude, you need to get older so you can play. And then I stopped playing for 2 years. Yeah. And now I'm like, I should have never stopped. But, dude, and now I know why I stopped, though, because even my wife was like, I forgot how hurt you like feel afterwards. Like, walking up the stairs takes me a minute because of my heels, my feet.
Dude.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, dude.
I 100% get you on that one because that's the thing that for me, I remember when every single time I played ball, the thing that hurt the most the next day were my heels and my Achilles.
Yeah, my Achilles right by my heel. Like on the outside, I'm like.
Would be so tight. It would hurt so badly. If I had to wake up in the middle of the night to go pee, I would be like, this is going to take me a long time just to even walk. Like, yeah, it would hurt so bad. And one of the reasons why I wanted my buddy Mike on is he is a very good physical therapist, and he's a very skilled guy at a lot of what he does. And I remember him showing me a stretch for that, and it totally worked. So it's things like that where I want to talk to him like, hey, man, just come on here and talk about functional stuff. Because I don't want him to give away trade secrets that he actually went to school for to earn money. You know what I mean?
But it's not really secret, though. Google probably has it.
It does.
Can you just tell me like exactly what I'm doing wrong? Like, this is what I hate about, and I understand it's a business. Physical therapy, I get it all. I hate that I have to pay a copay to go in and have somebody tell me how to stretch and stuff. I'm like, can that not just be included in my premiums? Like, I don't understand why I got to pay the office for this. Like, I don't even see the doctor half the time, right? I see one of these people going to school to be one of these doctors.
Oh, dude, do we want to get into the health insurance scam right now?
Dude,
let's do this. We're talking about that Wednesday. Let's prep. Let's get some stuff to talk about. Because
why don't we bring a doctor on here and let him tell us exactly? We'll just leave him unnamed. We'll call him doctor, but he can tell us out of his own mouth how much health insurance is a giant scam.
Dude, I would actually love to have that. I would love to have the conversation. Like I said, we'll do that. We all know it's a scam. We all know we're getting screwed. But like I said, I want to actually have some let's have some data so we can actually prove it. So it's not just coincidental or it's just anecdotal or it's just saying our own experiences. Like, no, these are the facts. Insurance is a freaking scam.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, it just makes me sick.
Yeah, dude, I freaking hate it. So,
and mind you, I'm talking from a place where I am very fortunate working for work.
Yes.
I have great insurance, and I'm complaining because for the first time, I've been employed 16 years. Maybe the past 4 years, I've actually had a deductible. Mm-hmm. Before that, it was nothing. I had kids with zero money into the hospital at all, other than my emergency room copay.
That's amazing.
So, and we stayed the night a few nights, right? So I shouldn't complain too much about. So I have very good insurance, but it's the other stuff. Like, I'm starting to feel why all these people hate insurance, and it's like, why do we do these things? Why do I have this deductible, or why do I have to pay a copay on top of my premiums? I don't understand,
dude. That's really the thing that gets me the most is the fact that I pay a ridiculous amount of money every month for my family to be covered in case something happens, right? My kids go for an annual checkup. My wife will go for, the OBGYN stuff, and that's rare. That's not very often. I try to go my annual checkup. I've missed the last 2 years, but we've talked about that one before. That's one where I am going to go this year because I don't want cancer to sneak up on me. But that's it. And I pay thousands of dollars annually. We're talking, if I were to actually do the math, I'm pretty sure it'd be close to $15,000 a year. Okay. Do you know how much actual use we get out of it? Minimal. We might get $500 use out of it, maybe. And so, but then when something happens,
but when you need it, right?
For example, like when we just went through that last thing we talked about with the miscarriage and stuff, and she went to go get the DNC. Do you know how much money we had to pay out of pocket for that? Over $4,000
out of pocket
after insurance.
See, that's what I'm saying. After insurance.
And so, what have I been paying for the last years and years and years? How much money have I put into this system to then
never use?
And
then when you do,
and then when I do, I have to pay.
They should almost give you a credit, right?
Yes. I should receive returns. I should get them like tax returns.
Yeah, you should be like, no, you didn't use hardly anything, or they give you a limit, right? Hey, we're gonna you can get up to $5,000 back a year, but once you hit a certain cap of use, you don't get it. I'd be like, cool. Because then every year I get, you have $4,000 back because you didn't use the insurance.
Because I didn't use the insurance.
Oh, yeah, great.
Yeah, but there's no chance you're ever getting that money back.
And we're talking about medical insurance. You want to go down the scam?
Oh, dude.
Dental.
Yes.
Dental insurance is a giant joke, dude. The only thing it's good for is the free cleaning twice a year because it's free. Mm-hmm. Everything else, I'm like, really, what am I paying for here?
Yeah. What do you get?
You got to get a crown, a root canal, and then it's still going to be, about $12,000 or $1,200 out of pocket. I'm like, wait, stop. That's one tooth.
Yeah.
And I have insurance. So what's
the insurance covering?
Oh, braces, bro. Braces are north of $3,000 every time, right? So my kids I have one. Allie had them. Lexi has them now. Ava definitely going to need them. And
poor Ava.
I know. So, but the thing is, so I'm never going to use braces, but I am allowed $1,500 on my insurance, right? One time in the life of the policy. So even though I renew every year, I only get to use $1,500 for braces once. So the scam these dentists are doing, these sons of guns, dude, they're telling you, hey, at 10 or 9 years old, hey, get your kid in braces now. And then when they're 13, you get them again and they don't have to wear them as long. Oh, okay. What they don't tell you is that you only get that $1,500 credit one time. So I didn't know that with Allie. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, we'll do it. She had him when she was young. She was 9, 10 years old. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then I went to get him again at 13, 14, whatever she was. And they were like, yeah, it's going to be $3,500. I'm like, hold on. I have $1,500. No. You used that already. Like 3 years ago. Yeah. You only get it one time for the life of the policy. I'm like, what?
Okay. I had this conversation with somebody. I don't remember who it was. But I was like, okay, so it was trying to get somebody else insurance. I'm like, so let's say if I cancel the policy and I re-up with a new policy, you're telling me I get that back? And the person was like, oh, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. I'm like, no, it makes no sense.
No.
So why is it that I would have to cancel my policy and start a whole new policy, and suddenly I get all these benefits that you're telling me I no longer qualify for, even though I qualify for?
So I don't know how on your end, because you guys you own your own business and whatever, right? So for us, it's because of who I work for.
Yeah.
As a state, even if I change, I can't cancel the policy because it's with them. So no matter what, unless I get a new job, it's like, what am I?
But my point stands.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. I should not have to cancel my policy.
Right.
I shouldn't have to do that. That doesn't make any sense.
how's he get that ball off? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I gotta say,
three guys,
Kyrie,
6 hands. Like, it's pretty crazy.
As crazy as Kyrie is as a person, he is an amazing basketball player.
He's a baller.
He is a true magician with the ball in his hands.
George.
There's no joke about that. But like I said, the thing about insurance that really just kills me is how much money we pay into it. I mean, we pay the United States. I would love to see how much money it is. It's got to be billions and billions and billions of dollars that we pay into the policy, and how much of it we actually realize as benefit.
Dude, I'll tell you right now. I've considered going and get my my property casualty and life stuff insurance, starting my own insurance, but like running my own office for Allstate or whatever or whoever, right?
Yeah,
because there's so much money in it.
I
Like,
know.
it's crazy. Like, why not? Like, hey, come here. I'll give you the policy. And I do this because I just had recently switched. I was with State Farm for a long time, and now I'm with Allstate. And the agent it was awesome. I've had one wreck at State Farm. One wreck in 20 years. Mm-hmm. When it happened, it wasn't my fault, right? I got rear-ended. I called them up, and they're like, oh, no, you need to call them, or if we have to call them, we'll have to open a
claim.
A claim, and then it'll go against you. And I'm like, hold on. What do I pay you for?
Yeah.
I got rear-ended. I'm asking you to call them. So my agent was like, no, we won't do that. Well, this Allstate agent, she's like, no, that's my job. I'm like, you know, you're an anomaly, right? She's like, I know. Insurance is a joke when it comes to these guys. They want your money, but they don't want to work for you. Mm-hmm. She goes, I don't do that. And I'm telling you, the reason why I switched was because of her saying that. And I've got 4 of my other buddies to switch to her. And she's also helped me out. She realized I was screwed up on some other stuff. Mm-hmm. But I'm just like, what? Like, how is that okay? Like, insurance is such a joke. And why can't I give my $1,500 braces to my daughter? Because I'm never going to use it.
Yeah, you're never going to use them. You're well past
that. It's insurance fraud. I'm like, oh, of course it is. Of course it is.
See, again, dude. So going back to the whole, homeowners, car insurance, blah, blah, life insurance. I have all that through State Farm, but it's through my sister-in-law. Oh. So I feel great.
Yeah,
sure. I tell people all the time, like, go to her. She's amazing. Like, she's taking care of me. Like, I don't know anything about my policy. I always have to ask her. I'm like, hey, so what do I have? She's like, yeah, you're covered this way, this way, this way. So anytime before I do anything, I always ask her.
Right.
But the reason why I bring that up is you would think that because it's State Farm, it's universal. No, it is agent specific.
Yeah.
It is agent specific.
Yeah.
I mean, you get an agent broker, right? And they're the ones that are shopping through all these different policy companies. Like, you can have a completely different experience than if you went to an Allstate agent. Like, I hate it. I hate insurance. I just hate it so much. It just makes me so angry to think the amount of money that we spend monthly, the amount of money I spend monthly that I'm never going to see it's not an investment. There's no money I'm getting back on this.
Yeah, it's not. It's
aside from my life insurance policy. That's nice.
Yeah, I get it's better to have and not need than not have.
100%.
I get it. But it's like, at what point, like, do we not get anything back? Like, why do we just think about, I mean, how long have you been paying State Farm?
Literally my entire adult life.
Okay, so a long time, right? Let's 15, 20
18 years.
18 years. And how many collisions have you had your fault?
One
in 18 years.
Yes.
And was it a bad wreck or just a simple fender bender? Probably cost like $4 or $5 grand to fix.
Yeah, I think it's about that, because if it would cost more, then my car would have been totaled. So
right.
It's about that. Yeah.
And you say 18 years. You say you pay how much a year in car insurance?
Oh, that I don't know, because I've got my policy. I've got it all wrapped into one. So it's all my life insurance for my family. I would have to go and check the breakdown, but
let's just call it. I mean, you figure
easy numbers,
vehicles,
we'll say $2,000 a year. Easy numbers.
So $36,000 you've paid for car insurance and used $5,000.
Yeah, one time. Yeah, and there's no return on policy for me.
No, there's nothing. Like, it's crazy.
Like I said, it's one thing is I do like I said, I do like my life insurance policy.
Life insurance.
You gotta have it.
Yeah.
You gotta have it. But yeah, dude, I freaking hate insurance. It's so hard for me to recognize the amount of money we spend into it for almost no recognition. And the thing is, the reason why you have to do it. One, it's a of the law. You have to have car insurance. You have to have it. So there is no like, I don't feel like paying it, I'm going to take the risk. Can't do that. Whoa. But there's also the same times like that in our country, if you get sick, you're bankrupt if you don't have insurance.
Oh yeah.
If you get sick, you're screwing your family.
You have to file bankruptcy.
Yeah.
Like, they force you into Chapter 11 or whatever chapter that one is.
Yeah.
You're done.
You're done for. And so it's one of those things you just can't take that risk. You have to have it. And again, we're talking about something you have to have that we charge an insane amount of money for, where you might need it, but more than likely you're not. Right. So it's so hard to handle. It's so hard to handle that crap.
Oh my goodness!
What I just missed?
You just
I just looked down for a second.
watch Bradley Beal send this dude like. He doesn't even see it coming, dude.
There you go.
Let's
there
go.
you go, Brad.
Let's go.
All right.
That
All
ain't worth
right.
$50 million, but it helps.
Yes. Very, very true on that one. You know, I realize we've been into this for, officially 25 minutes, excluding the couple other times that we've tried. And I haven't even pulled up the show notes to see what we're even supposed to be talking about this time around. Other than the Suns suck, that we know that we're going to talk about that. That's going to happen. Right now, minute into the the second half, we're still got a 3-point lead. So it's
Yeah, but not when you do that.
yeah. So far we've only had 4 turnovers, which is unbelievable that we've only had that few because we turn the ball over like crazy. But that was almost a 5th because again, lazy passes.
Did you see? That's Rudy Gobert, right?
Yeah.
Did you see him travel the other night?
Oh my gosh. It was 5 steps
With 2 referees just staring right at him.
And
It's
it was one of those things where I'm like, I'll be honest, I rarely can catch a travel when I'm watching it in real time. And I'm like, dude, that guy hasn't traveled since he crossed half court. Hasn't dribbled, since he crossed half court. How are you not blowing the whistle? And everybody on the Sun sidelines losing their minds. The 2 players defending him are losing their minds. It was one of the most obvious travels I've ever seen in my life. And he's not even a superstar.
No.
It's not even LeBron James traveling.
It was so bad.
That one was awful.
Yeah.
That was the most superstar treatment that Rudy Gobert's ever seen in his life. That was it right there. He can't complain ever again. He got away with the most ridiculous travel ever. Well, anyway. So, the Suns suck. We're going to get swept tonight. I know we're winning right now, but it's going to happen. The one thing I can say, though, tonight that's very nice is it does seem as though Kevin Durant and Devin Booker have come to play tonight. They've both been crazy efficient.
But it's day late and a dollar short.
It's way too late. It's way too late into the series to be able to be doing that. So that's going to happen. We're probably going to see the end of this game by the time we're finishing, so we'll have that rant ready to go. This is something I put down the other day, and it's gross. I'll admit it. But you ever get that feeling when you fully and completely empty your tank by sitting on the toilet?
Oh, dude, every day.
I never get that feeling.
What?
I always feel like there's still something in there that's not coming out.
So here's an interesting thing about. So I'm in this again. I don't even want to talk about it because it'll hold me accountable to people listening. But I'm in this show prep again, right?
Yeah.
Only 2 weeks in, I'm down 3.6 pounds first week. It was a great first week. It's probably not going to happen again that way, but it's fine. But I will tell you, for the amount of food you intake when you're eating fuel versus food, right?
Mm-hmm.
The amount of time you don't have to go number 2 is crazy. Like, it's like your stomach, just like you're using everything. Like, when I first did this, I was like scared I was doing something wrong. Like,
there's a health problem.
like, because when you eat junk, I do. Like, before I got healthy, I would eat. I can't even, like, the food would just whatever, whenever, as much as I want, when I want.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, every night I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with chips on it and a glass of milk before bed. Every night.
That sounds magical.
Bro, it is so good.
Sounds so
I haven't
awesome.
had it. So my wife would be like, I would get up off the couch at like 9:30, ish, and she'd be like, going to make a sandwich. I'm like, not now, because I don't want you to think you know what I'm doing, but yeah, I am. All right. And so, but I used to do that all the time. And I go to the bathroom 2 or 3 times a day. Not even a big deal, Whoop-de-doo. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you feeling like you're probably healthy. Things are moving.
Yeah, you think you're healthy, but then when you start to realize what going number 2 is, it's waste.
Yeah, it's all the waste.
It's all the crap your body's saying, no, I don't need. And then it just makes, oh, jeez, bro.
Yeah, dude,
There we go. Well, the Suns had a good run.
There we go. And like I said, just like that lead is gone. We're down 2.
So, anyway, so you don't ever feel that way. Well,
See, then obviously I'm not doing something right because like the other day I had one where I just was like the most clear. I'm like, oh, I'm done. Like I got nothing left in me. That felt great.
dude, what is it about the human body that when you get closer to the toilet, if you really got to go?
Oh, it is done. It's coming out, bro.
Why does that happen?
I don't know. And it's also, this is one of the things that's crazy to me is when you go on a road trip.
Bro, stop. I was going through your old Pug Show Instagram.
Oh, really?
I don't even know why, right? It said people you may know or something. So I start scrolling through, and I find the one where you crapped yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Absolutely happened. Absolutely happened.
You're like, you're just sitting there, and you're telling, I'm like, no, he did not. Did he? I'm like, is he really going to? He did. Yeah, he totally
happened.
did.
Absolutely happened, dude. That was That was freaking brutal. But maybe, I don't know. I mean, we're already talking about poop. Might as well do it now.
It doesn't matter.
So I'm in a sales meeting, right? And we're sitting at in a mobile home, in a model home. And it hit me. So there's 2 model homes side by side. We're meeting in one. The bathroom is in the other. That's got, the functioning toilet with the toilet paper and all that stuff. Because it's a model home. You don't want people coming and crapping all over the toilets. So I'm like, excuse myself. I got to go next door. I walk in the door. I tell you, like, maybe 2 steps in the front door. Crap my pants. Like,
did you just
straight up?
Did you think it was just gonna fart and be like?
No, I didn't think I had to go. It was 1 step, 2 step. Oh my gosh, I crap my pants. It is, and this is not a large house.
I love this story.
The toilet is maybe another 2 steps from me. Open the door and I'm in it, and I'm sitting there, standing in the room, like, if I move, crap's gonna fall all over the floor. You know what I mean? So I have to, like, totally strategically hold my shorts. So
no freaking way, dude.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, it was so rough. Finally get in the toilet.
The phone call you have to make, that next phone call, is the most vulnerable and embarrassing moment of your time in that moment, right? Like, oh my God.
So luckily we live in it today where you could just send a text so you don't have to be so.
But dude, with a text, there's questions.
So I text my brother and I was like, hey dude, I just crapped my pants. I don't know what else to say other than I crapped my pants. I need you to go get me some underwear and some shorts because I can't walk out of here. So, yeah, dude, that happened,
well, hey,
and that was not that long ago.
I only laugh because I've had it happen. Yeah. So, but I was kind of sick, right? And I was at that, I was waiting for the job I have. So this is 16, 17 years ago.
Okay.
And I was working at Native New Yorker, and we were opening the kitchen up. I was there early, open it up, and I was a cook, so I was helping. And all of a sudden, it's like that. I hadn't been feeling good. It was like, I think I had like a food poisoning type feel. It wasn't like I was sick, contagious. It was like my stomach wasn't feeling good. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm sitting there. And you're like, oh, I think a little gas pressure. Not gas pressure, dude.
In the kitchen.
Oh, I was like, oh no. Like, wait. Yup. And you go to the bathroom, right? You move into the bathroom. And now I'm in a public place, right? It ain't just me in the bathroom with this model. I'm in this restaurant with all these workers. And I'm like, okay, I got to make my way into the bathroom here. And then what do? You get in, you realize what you've done. And it's just enough to where you're like, it's enough where I can say I've crapped myself, but it's not enough where I had to get new pants, right?
Yeah.
Definitely need a new underwear. So you make that call to your wife. And, hey, listen, don't ask. I wonder if she even remembers, but I'm like, I was probably married 2 or 3 years at the time.
So this is very vulnerable.
Very vulnerable still. Like I don't know, like, when you designed your house, right? Does your toilet in your master bathroom have its own room?
Oh, absolutely.
See, so that's
an absolute.
Right. So, like, that's the kind of generation that we grew up in right now. Yeah. Like, with my mom and dad and maybe your parents' house or whatever, the toilet was right next to the sink. Mm-hmm. Like, it didn't matter, right? In fact, I remember we looked at houses when we were first going to buy, found a house with a pool, everything I almost wanted, right? Go to the master bathroom, and I'm like, nope,
can't do it.
Toilet is right next to the double sink. There's no privacy here. No like, chance. It's not even like, I don't know that I want to be watched when I'm pooping, but at the same time, I'm like,
I don't want to watch my wife
I don't want my wife. That's what I don't want to see is another a woman pooping. I'm like, I'm good. Like, I don't need to see that. Now, it's totally different when there's a bunch of dudes, right? Because we can all sit stall to stall to stall, have a conversation, and just drop bombs, and nobody cares.
And laugh about it.
Right? But it's different when it's your home. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, yeah. So you had to call. I was very vulnerable, and I called. I'm like, hey, just... She's like, "What you do with your underwear?" I'm like, "I threw them away. They're never coming back in the house. Dude, I want nothing to do with those again, dude." But that's the only reason I laugh, because I've been there, and it's just, and I'm sure most adults, dude, I could tell you stories.
What's funny about that is you're saying that you were I don't even remember ever posting that, saying that out loud. I know I've talked about it. Like, I've not been shy, dude. Anthony.
It is.
Dude, Anthony Edwards is going off right now, dude. He really is. Like,
he's fighting, that's for sure.
Yeah, look at this. He's got 18 points, 9 this quarter, and we're barely into this quarter right now, and we're down 3 again. And there you go. Oh, good job, KD. What's up, man? But yeah, apparently I put it out there on social
you had
media.
Long hair, long beard. Like, it was.
Oh yeah, there was that time. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It is funny. So just yesterday, last night, we had like a mini, I'll call it a very mini high school reunion in my house.
Yeah, I
last night.
saw that. That was really cool.
It was full. It was. We see a lot of people that I haven't seen. I saw 2 people that I hadn't seen since high school. So I mean, that's coming up on 20 years next year. So it's been a long time since I've seen those guys.
That's this year for me.
I know, dude. Mine's next. Anyway, so it was cool to see a lot of people that I hadn't seen in a really long time, and I had so many people it's like, oh man, so when did you cut your hair? And I'm like, holy crap, has it been that long since I've seen you? Like, I cut this last year. And it's just, I have to remember that I did for a long time have very long hair.
Yeah, really long hair.
Yeah, well past.
So, speaking of long hair, this guy today, I'm at Walmart, right? We're doing our shopping, and I'm looking for an Apple TV. And because I sold a PS4, which I had a PS4 for I don't even know how long, and I probably played it 10 times.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, it's brand new. Sold the thing right away. Get an Apple TV for the house. So this person walks past me, shorter. Hair is all the way to their butt.
That's
long,
dedication.
Brown hair, really nice hair. Excuse me, ma'am. Turns around.
It's a dude.
Total dude. And I was like, he kind of looked at me kind of funny. And I was like, sorry, bro, but you got to kind of expect it at this point, right? And he goes, it's totally fine. Don't worry. It happens at least once a day. And I'm like, I didn't, he was really cool about it. But at the same time, I'm like, how can you have to be, you're the one with the long hair. I'm not, and I told my wife, I'm like, and it wasn't like he was a burly man with long hair.
He's a little guy.
He was a little guy just walking by. He definitely could be a female, So, I mean, she's like, no, it was fine. I'm like, I know, but I felt kind of bad, but kind of not. Because I'm like, you had the hair. But, not my fault. I'm just, hey, put it up or something. I mean, if I really would have looked at the hairy arms, maybe it would have got me. But
I don't know. That might
not today. Yeah, it was funny. Long hair. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It never happened to me. But I think it's also because of my build.
Yeah, you're not a small, petite person, in the sense, you're average height, but whatever.
Shut up.
Hey, did you like that thing I sent you? Did you buy those sneakers?
Shoes that are basically like lifts.
Yeah, they give you 2.5 inches of height, buddy. You don't.
I'll take 2.5 inches elsewhere.
Yeah,
I think we all would.
Yes,
100%.
I don't know. I mean, hey, you say that, but you don't know what it's like to be 6 foot, Eric. Let me tell you.
Oh, I bet it's so hard.
No, it is legit. You're just as taller. Air's cleaner up here.
Air's cleaner up here.
You can just see everybody's bald spots.
It's different. I don't want to. I mean. One, I don't want to ever get to the point where I feel like that's necessary for me.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
So I don't. It's like one of those things. I don't know what I'm missing.
You would be so much more confident. You don't even know it. That's the way they advertise it, dude.
I know.
Confidence.
Dude, for real.
It's
it's like, dude, if you didn't have confidence beforehand, this ain't going to help, man.
Adding 2.5 inches to your height is not going to help you.
Artificially.
Yeah.
You take these shoes off, you're back to what you were, man. It's like you're getting surgery for this.
Yeah, you're just basically walking on your tippy toes at this point, dude. It's just
you're wearing heels, man.
Yeah, but look like tennis shoes.
Yeah.
But it would be cool to walk into a basketball gym with friends that you didn't know you had this in. Now you're taller, and they were like, dude, there's something different.
Yeah, man, I could have sworn I was taller than that guy.
Man, he still can't jump as high. It's weird. Still can't get up there.
I got to say this. The one thing about those shoes that I did find kind of impressive is they didn't look like lifts.
No, they look stylish, looking like athletic shoes.
Yeah, they look like standard tennis shoes. They didn't look like anything. So to that, good on you guys, whoever that company was that created them.
There's these,
pretty good job.
I've been looking at these Victory insoles, VKTRY insoles. Okay. They're super I don't know what they're made out of, but they advertise to help you jump higher, run faster and stuff. Mm-hmm. And you see these kids and these guys, they're in a gym and they're like, okay. And then they put them on and these kids can grab the rim now that couldn't. And I'm like, I want to know if it's true. You've almost got me where I want to spend $150 on insoles.
You've really got my attention.
I'm like, if you can get me to jump 2 or 3 inches higher just because of it's like the because when they bend them on the ground and they let go, they spring up crazy.
Yeah, it's almost like a spring in your foot.
Yeah, so I'm curious. I'm definitely curious, but not enough to spend $149 on them.
So I can't let this pass. When you said run faster, jump higher, I immediately had to say, my immediate thought was PF Flyers.
Oh, yeah.
Guaranteed to make a kid run faster, jump higher. So I was like, I can't let that go.
Sandlot.
Someone listening is going to, specifically, I can think of my brother-in-law, Ricky, is going to say, dude, why didn't you say this? Because he does that to me all the time. He'll always be like, hey, how come you didn't mention this? And I'm like, dude, I'm in the moment, man. It's a conversation I'm having. You're sitting there listening. You got time to think. I didn't. One of the ones he sent me, I don't remember what it was called, but when we were having the conversation about Power Rangers being racist, it's a Key and Peele skit. I don't even know if it's actually Key and Peele, but they're in it. And it was, I want to say it was called Power Falcons, right? And where it's this guy, and it's like, hey, Red Ranger, connect, because they're building the giant Power Ranger thing or whatever. It's like a Red Falcon or whatever. And then they're like,
Zordon or
Black Falcon. And he's like, who are you talking to? Because he's the black guy, right? He's the only black guy in the Falcon group. And they're like, Black Falcon. He's like, I'm the Red Falcon, man. Like, who are you talking to? They're like, we're talking to you. He's like, are you calling me Black Falcon because I'm black? And it's just like,
that's
100% true.
Yeah.
I wish I could remember exactly what it was. I'll find that YouTube clip and send it to you. I thought it was pretty funny, especially because, we've just been talking so much about the... Dude, this song is so awesome. It really is so awesome.
Go power. I didn't even know it was a whole song. That's
I know.
What's crazy. I
Let
need to
alone
put
a
this on my
4-minute
freaking
song.
playlist, dude. I need to do it for the gym.
Yeah, dude. It was one of those things where when I just started listening to it. So I told you, I've been listening back just to make sure I understood and recognized all of the issues that we've been having. We haven't had them for a while, so I think I figured them out. But I'm still going back and just like, okay, does this one sound right? Does that one sound right? And one of the ones we were talking about, the Rangers, is why it came up. Totally came back into my head. I'm like, I gotta mention that. And that song is still so awesome. And last thing I wanted to make sure I said is another giant thank you to Matthew Prater for missing that field goal, getting us that fourth pick.
I had Chile recording you, and if it was going to be epic, it would have been posted, but it wasn't. It was. You were very happy.
It was the right decision.
It was the right. Yeah,
it was the right choice.
The Cardinals did a great job there. They didn't blow it, and you just saw Kyler Murray look like he was on the sidelines there for the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's there with James Conner, and
he should be there with Marvin Harrison. Like, you should have invited him out right now.
I think Marvin Harrison Jr. was at Game 3. And he probably never wanted to come back because of how horrible a basketball game
Doesn't
was.
even matter, bro. You got to embrace the valley now.
Well, I mean, he's got to, but at the same time, it's like, hey, I came from one game, saw that garbage. Yeah, you know what? I did my thing. I'm going to wait. And I'll come back when the time is right. Like, anyway, it's such a disheartening basketball team to watch. I mean, right now we're watching Devin Booker be Devin Booker, and you just want to ask, where have you been this whole series, man? Where have you been? Because I don't understand. He's got 30 points now. We're midway through the third quarter, and he's been an absolute assassin. Where have you been? I just don't get it. I don't understand why this team is so disconnected and so disjointed and inconsistent. And you use any kind of word that describes what I just said. They all work. Did he just get elbowed in the throat?
Yeah. He didn't LeBron flop enough.
Yeah, dude. Everybody needs to pull a Manu now. Yeah. Everybody's got to be the flopper. That just kills me.
And he misses a free throw.
And everybody in Minnesota saying, "Ball don't lie."
No,
because
like
I
you
say
did
it
10 minutes ago.
Yeah, dude, I totally use it. I use it all the time.
You have to.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm on the sidelines of soccer games, and parents say it all the time when they do something and then they get it back, whatever it is, the ball don't lie. Because I really firmly believe that.
I firmly believe it too. Yeah, the same thing, Kobe. Got to say it. Got to say it.
Dude, if he really said that on that shot, bro.
Oh, that would be such an amazing Jamal Murray moment. Like, I would give him so much credit if he did. And he sunk it.
And he sunk it at the buzzer. Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
So, I'm looking at the notes here, and one of them also says the Suns still suck. So we must have wrote that on Thursday night or Friday night.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that note has been, perpetually on this list for the longest of times because it just has been such a disheartening experience watching our team play. They just have been playing so terribly. The JJ and Pug Show theme song was written, composed, and performed by Lane Hartman. Special thanks to Highland Communities for all the support given to our show. You can find the JJ and Pug Show podcast wherever you do listen to podcasts. Look us up on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Remember to share the show with your friends and family and subscribe wherever you do listen. If you're able to, please feel free to support us by sending a donation to us by going to ko-fi.com/the JJ and Pug Show. That is ko-fi.com/the JJ and Pug Show. Again, thank you so much, everybody, for all the support, whether that is by simply listening, whether that is sharing it with a friend, or giving us that sweet, sweet cash. We truly appreciate it all. Thank you so much.